Alright, and we are back with more Kabadoobie goodness. We're in Norway. I've always wanted to go to a lot of the Nordic countries. Very beautiful looking scenery out there. This is a really cool level, by the way. BTW, this is where you go attack the battleship Tirpitz. Once again, I'm not sure how historically accurate this particular level is, but it's really cool. Anytime you go on a bloody battleship and have to fight your way through it, that's always awesome. But Babylon 5 was something I was mentioning in the last episode. It was a sci-fi show that started in '94, I believe. Started out with a TV movie called The Gathering, a very good TV movie. And it lasted about 5 seasons. It would only, in theory, it was supposed to have only lasted 4 seasons because they didn't think they were getting renewed. But what they did in those 5 seasons and with those TV movies, although most of the TV movies, in my opinion, weren't that good, what they did in that was nothing short of amazing. The plot lines were great. The characters were what really sold the show. Jakar, man. Jakar is one of the greatest sci-fi characters of all time. And it was one of those shows, a lot of people back in the day were like, oh, it's way better than Star Trek, man. I don't know why I keep trying to make fun of these people, but I just know that they'll do it. It's not better than Star Trek, but it does many of the things Star Trek did, but does them in a different way. I think the special effects in some respects are a little more advanced than what Star Trek did, because Star Trek stuck with motion control for a very long time. Motion control, for those who don't know, is how you get the models to move around and look convincing, whereas Babylon 5 went straight CGI. And the CGI has aged, but they did more with the CGI than what Star Trek could do with motion control. Now, I'm not sure how historically accurate this is. It's just so cool. Now, why would our main character not speak, German? That seems like if they asked him something, it would not end well. But hey, acceptable breaks from reality. Uniforms look pretty good. The graphics in this game look pretty good and have aged fairly well. But really, the whole battleship, look at that. That looks cool. I mean, come on. This is one of the reasons why this game, I think, did so well, is because this is an epic location for this particular game. Now, the only part I don't like about this particular level is the fact that we gotta walk all the way over here. It's kind of a slow burn, but it does ratchet up the tension, because, like, when is the fighting gonna happen? Now, the only thing about this that isn't quite as good as Medal of Honor is Medal of Honor did kind of the same thing, except in Medal of Honor, what ended up happening... Enterprise, what the hell are you doing? What was that little run there? That looked kind of suspicious. But in Medal of Honor, Allied Assault, what you had was a submarine. But you were just there by yourself. You had to figure it out all on your own, whereas this is a lot more directed. See, that's one of the things. I can still enjoy this game for what it is, but I will admit it is more directed than Medal of Honor. I gotta play that game for you guys at some point. I don't know why I haven't, but yeah, I need to do that at some point. I think after this level we get to the Russian stages, which I think are actually the best parts of the game, just because you don't really see the Eastern Front that much. What's really crazy is very few people know anything about the Eastern Front. And that was the largest front of any war in human history. Looks like I was crouching. It's like either I'm really short or he's really tall. I don't know which. But yeah, the Eastern Front, man. We're going to talk a lot about that in the Russian stages, but yeah. Eastern Front was not a fun time to be around. And what's crazy is very few people will have ever heard of the Battle of Kursk. Very few people will... Go, Captain Price! What is he doing? Captain Price? Okay, you know what? How about I go first? Thank you. And there goes my phone, because it always likes to interrupt me. Captain Price, can you please just... Captain, yeah, can you just go a little faster? Go faster! I get... Don't just stop and stare at me! You're the one bleeding. Now, in this particular level, there is something that I find kind of annoying. And we'll see that in a moment, but there's nothing we can do about it. I was actually kind of surprised when it happened. But no, I won't spoil it till it happens. Dude, you might want to, have your stock extended. One moment, please. It's a steak. And boom! Boom! See, that was pretty cool, though. Okay, we got the K98, and I do like how this game does have the K98, and it's also kind of funny how we pick up, like, all the machine guns here. The MP40. Oh, you know what? I find it funny now. Ever since I did my MP40 review, I keep wanting to call the MP40 the MP40. Because, yeah, Smith & Wesson was making submachine guns back in World War II. Although that's not inaccurate when I say that. Smith & Wesson did make a submachine gun in World War II for the Allies, only it was the shittiest thing ever. It was like I don't even know how to describe it. I don't remember what it's exactly called at the moment, but it was a really crappy gun. Well, no, it wasn't so much that it was crappy, it was poorly designed. There's a difference between crappy and poorly designed. You know, like the Type 100 could be considered somewhat crappy, but it worked. The Smith & Wesson, on the other hand, you know, was really... Oh, look at all those big-ass explosions. Or explosions? Explosives, I should say. Tank... That's not a tank. Shipborne artillery. There we go. Tank... Ugh, my brain stopped working. Explosions are cool. There we go. We'll just say that. Once again, I don't think 2 men or 1 man now was able to actually blow up the battleship Tirpitz, although it would make for a very cool war movie, that is for certain. But, let's see, where was I? The Smith & Wesson machine gun, that's what it was. Basically, it had like a metal handguard. The gun weighed like 10 pounds, although the Thompson was not a light gun either. The Thompson was a big, heavy chunk of steel. Holy crap, what just blew up? Did I just blow up? I don't know. Well, like, the Thompson weighed a lot. Really... A lot of those guns back in World War II weighed a lot. Like the M1 was like 8 pounds. I have not shot an M1 yet. I just haven't had the opportunity, but I have held it on occasion, and that thing weighs a lot without any ammo inside of it. One of the things a lot of people don't recognize is just how much these guns actually weigh, and how hard it actually is to haul these things around. It's like, in this game, we got like 320 9x19 rounds. In real life, that would weigh a shitload. Because, like, just carrying around, like, 100, like the range bag, the little range bag that I have, just putting, like, say, 100 rounds in that weighs a lot. And it's not like I'm, you know, some sort of jelly donut, as my grandfather would say. But, you know, it still weighs a lot. You gotta haul that shit around. That's why they have always tried to make the guns a little light. Well, always. After World War I, they were trying to make the guns lighter, more portable, the ammo not so heavy. And that was one of the big things that was one of the big advantages of the AR-15, is that you could carry a lot of little bullets that worked. And the idea behind the AR-15 was that you were going to suppress the enemy, which is what you would really do, and you'd call in artillery and things of that nature. And for that purpose, it does quite well. And, you know, the 223 round, or the 5.56, is not that weak. And the whole jam-o-matic thing for the AR just isn't quite what they thought it was. Even back before the advent of the internet, I knew that. Although I still prefer the AK. Smashy, smashy time! Although I gotta shoot it. I can't just bashy it. Now, can you imagine, like, I think this is supposed to be a fire control computer. Just imagine how much that cost to make. It's like it's not even a fraction of powerful as, like, I don't even know. Yeah, it's not even in the same. That's probably an analog computer, so it's not even the same, you know, realm as a phone or anything. Oh, that's one thing from that Iron Sky movie, where crap. I don't think you can just shoot out those that glass. I imagine that's like high impact glass. Well, maybe that isn't high impact glass. I could be wrong. But no, it's like in that Iron Sky movie where they have these giant diesel punk ships run by massive computers, but it turns out the protagonist's cell phone is more powerful than like an entire room full of computer. Iron Sky wasn't that bad of a movie. My only problem with it was way too stupid. Like, the idea of it was actually pretty funny, but it was a little dated by the time it came out, which is always going to be your problem when you're doing a comedy. Because comedic things change so quickly. Like, there was a joke I put in a video a long time ago about bird flu. How many of you guys even remember that? But that's just gonna happen when you do anything remotely comedic. Okay, where's that idiot shooting me from? Where? I can hear him shoot. Shit! I don't see him, though. In real life, that one hit would have killed me. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Fuck him. You may live, sir. You may live. Okay, where the hell do I go? Okay, here we go. But yeah, Iron Sky, the whole Sarah Palin presidency. I can only imagine the sequel will make fun of the old turnip. Although, you know what I find funny about that, though? They call him a... goddammit. They call him a goddammit. They do that, too, but calling Turnip a fascist is kind of amusing to me. Because technically, right now, we're fighting true fascists, and in real life, if you called somebody a fascist in a fascist country, you'd likely be shot for that. And as far as I know, Trump hasn't done that, and I can't imagine that he would. It's just, if you're going to get mad at Trump, actually stay in the realm of reality. That actually works better. It doesn't make you sound like a complete and total loon. But hey, what do I know? I'm just some sort of internet guy. But it is interesting. But then again, they don't really teach history in schools anymore. I got lucky, though. I got lucky when I went to school. I was actually taught, you know, actual history. And so I knew, you know, what fascism was and things of that nature. Although I say that, I did, because I actually paid attention in class and, you know, got really good grades. Not that many people do that anymore. But, yeah, you know, it's like, if you truly know, if you know what fascism actually is, and you know that Trump really isn't one, Trump's an idiot at times, but a fascist, not really. Okay, I think this is the way we go, and we get on the boat, and we've won! He was a very fine man, yes he was. And it was very surprising that Price died, because you don't actually see him. The game doesn't, like, make it this big deal. It's just, he's dead. He's dead, Jim. And so, I am GeneralLotz, wishing you good Battleship Tirpitz, whatever makes you happy.